Whatever the setbacks of the moment, nothing can stop us now. Whatever the difficulties, Africa shall be at peace. However improbable it may sound to the skeptics, Africa will prosper.
More than anything, Unisa must be celebrated as a pioneer of the distance education model, an enduring gift not only to South Africa, the continent, but to the human civilization in the knowledge arena the world over.
Education is the light in a dark room. It's the spark of a dream, a passport to the future, and the seed of generational change. Through education, we reflect on yesterday and define tomorrow. Rooted in South Africa and the African continent, Unisa can truly claim to be the African university in the service of humanity. Unisa stands at the pinnacle of education through open distance e-learning, with a footprint of students in more than 100 countries worldwide. Since the founding of the university in 1873 as an examining body, we have been a trailblazer. Unisa is the first and only institution in South Africa to carry our country's name with pride, and the first public university in the world to exclusively teach by means of distance education, an ever-changing dynamic university with a global reach. Unisa's history spans the entire modern history of South Africa, opening up a world of academic study opportunities for former activists and struggle heroes, thought leaders, business people, legal experts, acclaimed entertainers, and sports stars. The university takes pride in almost 1 million alumni, with 10 alumni chapters internationally, making their mark in diverse fields and capabilities. Some of the noteworthy alumni include President Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, who is also the Chancellor and custodian of the university's Calabash Awards, current President Cyril Ramaphosa, former South African Reserve Bank Governor Jill Marcus, and current one, Lesetja Kganyago. Internationally, Reserve Bank governors of Eswatini and Namibia, to name but a few. At Unisa, the World Wide Web is our educational playground, but we also have beautiful and impressive campuses. Unisa's Makelneuk campus is located in the city of Tshwane and is a major landmark of the capital city. The Florida campus in Johannesburg is Unisa's Science Campus, housing state-of-the-art infrastructure and laboratory equipment. Unisa has 6 regional hubs including Ethiopia and multiple centers across the country. We have embraced the fact that we need to adapt quickly to the fast-paced higher education environment of the 21st century, and this is reflected in our management style and leadership practice. In articulating her vision, the new Principal and Vice-Chancellor of the University of South Africa, the first black woman to be appointed at the helm of Unisa, Professor Buleng Linkabola, shared that Unisa is well-placed to address society's most demanding challenges by using research to meaningfully transform the lives of those in our communities. To this end, Unisa is working on the following catalytic niche areas. Marine Studies. As a discipline, Marine Studies covers field-specific studies like marine ecology and biology to policy-related studies like marine spatial planning and coastal economies. Many other areas of marine research and studies are covered in this niche area. Aviation and Aeronautical Studies. Aviation and Aeronautical Studies covers specializations in areas as diverse as aeronautical engineering and aerospace safety, and South Africa's 18 airports forms a major role player for passengers and goods transitioning to and from our country. This is a niche that supports a major component of the country's economy. Automotive Studies. The South African automotive industry is projected to grow from 600,000 to 1.4 million vehicles a year in production. There is major potential to be explored in Unisa's commitment to automotive studies. In 2022, students from the Department of Mechanical Engineering participated in the Sasol Solar Challenge with their solar-powered car that travels from Johannesburg to Cape Town without using a single drop of fuel. Energy Studies. Unisa's Institute for Development of Energy for African Sustainability specializes in designing chemical processes, reducing material and energy consumption, as well as carbon dioxide emissions. Space Studies and Square Kilometer Array. Unisa has been extensively involved in the $1 billion Square Kilometer Array project since 2012. The Unisa Observatory, situated on the main campus, is a modern, well-equipped facility housing a 14-inch telescope where the College of Science, Engineering and Technology offers undergraduate courses in astrophysics and astronomy with specialization up to PhD level. Fourth Industrial Revolution and Digitalization. The Fourth Industrial Revolution can be described as the advent of cyber-physical systems, involving entirely new capabilities for people and machines. Examples include genome editing and new forms of machine intelligence. The College of Graduate Studies will support and promote studies into 4IR and digitalization, while the Graduate School of Business Leadership presents a short learning program on big data. Natural Sciences. The simplest definition of biotechnological studies is applied biology. Through the application of biological knowledge and techniques to develop products or services, Unisa's College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences is one of the main partners in the African Biogenome Project, a coordinated Pan-African effort piloting a project with a key objective of sequencing 100,000 endemic species. Health and/or Pharmaceutical Studies. The Department of Health Studies is prepared for the challenge of equipping their students with research skills and expertise in the field of health and pharmaceutical studies. The UNESCO Unisa Africa Chair in Nanoscience and Nanotechnology is leading the international research into the nano-delivery of medicinal drugs, including African herbal medicine. The College of Law offers an elective undergraduate model on medical law. Feminist, Womanist, Busadi Theorizations. In the College of Human Sciences, the Institute for Gender Studies, the College of Education and the Graduate School of Business all contribute to the interdisciplinary research into eliminating gender-based violence, homophobia and transphobia, and discrimination against women in the workplace and the political arena. The Institute also uses education about gender as an effective way to achieve gender equality and the empowerment of women. Student support and co-curricular activities. Unisa is uniquely placed to offer creative and radically innovative ways of enhancing student support. Unisa's College of Graduate Studies has developed a whole range of training programs to assist and encourage students. The Advocacy and Resource Center for Students with Disabilities promotes the principle of access for success, and the Student Development Division provides students with social support and leadership development services. These niche areas find expression in the rich tapestry of our disciplines included in the College of Accounting Sciences, Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Economic and Management Sciences, Education, Graduate Studies, Human Sciences, Law, Science, Engineering and Technology, the Graduate School of Business Leadership, and the Thabo Mbeki School of Public and International Affairs. As a comprehensive open-distance e-learning institution, Unisa is recognized as a serious player in research globally. From publication and journal output to the number of master's and doctoral graduates, we are moving forwards and upwards. Unisa has made substantial progress in research and innovation, as evidenced by several external and credible scientific ranking systems, with the latest ones, the 2023 Webometrics and Shanghai rankings, placing us in the top 10 universities in the country. As Africa's leading open-distance e-learning university, we can reflect with great pride on the past 150 years of transformational education, and we are confident in our ability to succeed and become a truly high-performance university as we define tomorrow.
Whatever the setbacks of the moment, nothing can stop us now. Whatever the difficulty
of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the chancellor, vice chancellor or acting vice chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion.
By virtues of the powers vested in me as the Principal and Vice Chancellor of the University of South Africa, I constitute this a gathering, a congregation of the University of South Africa, Unisa. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to join us in silent prayers, meditations, and affirmations to give thanks to the celebrations and achievements that we are making this evening for our graduates. May we be silent. Thank you. Let me take this opportunity to request the procession and the audience to be seated. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. I know now that we are here to celebrate. We are in graduations. I was a little bit worried when you were not responding, so I'm appreciative. Let me recognize His Excellency, the Chancellor of the University of South Africa, the former President of the Republic of South Africa, attending virtually, His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mbeki. Let me recognize our esteemed guest, Reverend Professor Dr. Joseph Kume, the General Secretary of the Council for World Mission and a distinguished professor of world Christianity at Yonsei University in South Korea, Professor Extraordinarius of the University of South Africa, who will be receiving his honorary doctor's degree, honoris causa, at Unisa. I think we need to give him a round of applause. Let me recognize His Excellency, Mr. Dong Hanyang, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to the Republic of South Africa, and his wife. Members of the University Council, chaired by Dr. Diaum Musia, present here, and we recognize Dr. Kotliso, Mrs. TCC Mampane, Mr. Siabi, members of the Student Representative Council, members of Management Committee, as well as extended management of the university in attendance, members of the academic procession, Mrs. H. Yodo, Professor Kume, Council for World Mission wife, Reverend K.D. Kandula, Mission Secretary for the General Secretariat of Council for World Mission, D.M. Kandawiri, Mission Secretary for Ecology and Economy, CW. Let me also recognize Reverend Neshangwe, moderator of CWM, coming all the way from Zimbabwe, Professor Sekwe, distinguished scholar, the local supporter, friends from the ecumenical movement, academics from Unisa, theological clusters, graduates, members of the National Student Representative Council, led by a president who will be graduating this evening, Mr. Mabilani. I thought the students would give him a round of applause because he stands for the idea that students must graduate and must work hard. Friends of the University of South Africa in attendance here tonight, representatives from various media fraternal, I invited guests present here tonight, distinguished members of the audience, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Let's try it once again. Good evening. Dumelang. Sanbonan. Molweni. Assalamu alaikum. Jambo. Tobela. Lochani. Riperile. Hwenand. Madegwana. As they say in Korea, annyeonghaseyo. Khotsong. Thank you very much. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the third session of the 2024 autumn graduation ceremonies. We are actually close to the finish of our graduation season, where we will have had at least 94 graduations in this season. And we are quite proud. We do these graduations in celebration of the great work that you as students would have followed through in your studies because of the dreams you had, which allowed you to apply to this august university, the University of South Africa. But we are equally elated by the presence of one of the leaders in the global arena, a theologian, a social justice activist who fights for justice in the world, for economy, ecology, for women, for the transformations of our society in church and in society, in the global south and in the global north. His Excellency, Reverend Dr. Joseph Kim, who is amongst us from South Korea, but currently working in London and in Singapore, where the location of the CWM, the council he leads, is located. We're truly appreciative that this recipient of the honorary degree at Unisa has humbly acceded to our request, for he, amongst many leaders in our society, are symbolic of what it means to fighting against apartheid, prejudice, the global south marginalization in global multilateral discussions, and therefore we're honored to have Dr. Joseph Kim amongst us. I think we need to give him a round of applause and his family. But he doesn't come alone. He comes with many leaders of varied ecumenical movements, institutions of learning, the diplomatic corps, as a testament to his leadership, not only for the global south, but also for the global north. And for that, we are grateful. For as a university, it means to us we are etched in the dreams and aspirations, not only of South Africans, but also of the people of Africa, the people of the global south, and the progressive peoples in the global north who want to ensure that this world is with justice, peace with justice, and it attends to the grand challenges that our societies faces, whether you think about the wars that are taking place in the current context, which require us to standing up for peace, whether you think about the climatic changes that are affecting our society, whether you think about the roles of women in our society, which are often undermined, if not trampled upon, and if you think around the roles of the global majorities who are often not allowed to speak or whose voices are trampled upon, these are the mission and the values and principles that we feel are quite important. If it's your first time to come to Unisa, let me share a few ideas that are important for you to being aware of. First, the University of South Africa is the first university in South Africa and the grandmother of all universities in South Africa. We were born in 1873, and we became an examination center for many colleges that wanted to become universities, and many of them were born out of Unisa. And I often say to colleagues, if you think about the University of Cape Town, Rhodes University, Fort Hare University, the University of the Free State, or any other university, including our neighbors next door, UP, They are all the outputs of Unisa. Jealous. We should be generous when people do well or when institutions do well. Yes. And I think it's also quite important that we are not only the first university in South Africa, we are the first university in the world to teach via open distance education at a university level, and I think that requires a round of applause. Why is it important for me to share this? It's precisely because as Africans, we often do not acknowledge the inventions and what we give to the world as important resources and assets that make a world, an environment or communities of peace and justice through knowledge. And it's very important for us as South Africans to be proud that in the world, we would have given this important prize that 147 or 8 years later, in the context of COVID-19, many countries, many industries, many sectors saw this as an important way of engaging with the world, the multimodal or remote work or remote learning. These are aspects that Unisa already foresaw a millennia before others could see. That's called foresight. I'm stopping. Good, little jealous. Thank you. Two, it's important for me to also state to you that Unisa is home to 34 to 37% of the university students in the country. All university students, Unisa is responsible for 37% of them in the country. The College of Education alone, colleagues, produces over 51% of the teachers in the public and private schools. I'm looking at them, they're not even clapping for themselves, and they are the majority of the graduates here this evening, the teachers. Equally, colleagues, the university produces 30% of the chartered accountants in the country and in the region, majority of whom come from the margins, majority of whom who are black, who prior to 1994 did not have access to accounting sciences or to being recognized as accountants. And by this I mean BICO definition of black, people of Indian descent, African descent, and mixed descent. Majority of them are produced by this university for chartered accountancies. I think they require a round of applause. Let me also tell you that the College of Economic and Management Sciences, the School of Business, the TM School of Public and International Affairs are also leading in the production of economists, of financiers, and others who are central to the development of our country and continent. And if in your wallet or your pocket, and I know you've brought the wallets because when you came here, either you had to pay for transport or for petrol. If you look in your note, the Governor General who has signed your 10 Rand note or 20 Rand note is a product of this university, Lesetja Kganyago, and therefore an outcome of this important college. But it's not just him. The first woman governor of the Reserve Bank, Jill Marcus, in the democratic era, is also a graduate of this university in those colleges. Finally, colleagues, I want to alert you to the fact that the College of Environmental Sciences and Agriculture, we start with agriculture first. They are the university college in the whole continent that have been requested by the continent to map the genomic aspects of our biotic resources, the flowers, the trees, the ants, the insects, and many of these for the purposes and benefit of our continent. They are the only university in this continent that are doing so. I think they too deserve a round of applause. Equally, the College of Engineering and Technology Sciences is placed #1 in the country alongside Northwest University and the University of Stellenbosch in engineering sciences. At #1, #2. So ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to give you these highlights. For many of you might have listened or read newspapers that do not present the full scope and successes of Unisa, that have sought to undermine the integrity of credentials, of the leadership of the university, or even its qualification. I can say without hesitation, fear or reprieve, that the University of South Africa is in the right course. It has improved in its rankings. In 2021, when I joined the university, in many of the rankings, we were number 12 to number 16, whether in research, in outputs, and so on. I want to highlight that as we speak to you, we are in many rankings number 7 or number 8, and that's a significant improvement that we are proud of. I want to also reaffirm to you that we continue to ensure that corruption, unbecoming conduct in the university is addressed, and therefore we are a university committed to ensuring that universities are ethical and they respond to the plight of society here at home and anywhere in the world. As such, it is very important for you to also note that in 2021, our academics with PhD were 39%, and as we speak, with the intentional decisions of the university management, supported by Senate, Council, and other statutory committees, we've moved from 39% to over 63%. What this means, colleagues, is that the research agenda, the engaged scholarship, the quality of teaching are quite important. We've seen in the media people suggesting that you should go to universities that are not even accredited, neither even ranked. We want to reaffirm that this is the university, the home for leaders, that is accredited, whose credentials are checked here in the country through the Council of Higher Education, the Department, the Council of Higher Education, the Department of Higher Education, the different professional accreditation systems and bodies, but also the Commonwealth of Learning, which is, and the American Academic Institutes, which are part of the accreditation system. So when you graduate here, you must know that your credentials have been checked, tested, including by us through our Invigilator app. So many of you might have been bored when we use the Invigilator app, and some of you might have had to struggle 4 or 5 times, but we are proud that we instituted this, because what it means is that we are certain that your qualifications are quality anywhere in the world, in Korea, in the United States, in Tanzania, or even in North Africa, they will be recognized. Finally, in the words of Her Excellency, Dr. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the first woman to become the president of any country in the continent of Africa, she says, education is the cornerstone of sustainable development, empowering individuals to make informed decisions, to contribute positively to their communities, to ensure that their societies contribute to the plight of the global world, including to global peace. You're welcome to the University of South Africa, the home of leaders, the University of the land, the university committed to shaping futures for the benefit of society in our world. Welcome to Unisa. Now we're about to get into a very important part of our graduations. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to inform you that we will now proceed to confer the honorary degree. I now request Professor Mashau and Professor Kobo to introduce our candidates. It is a collaborative effort between the two of them. Thank you.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I now have the honor to introduce to you Yusuf Kim for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Theology, honoris causa, and I request Reverend Prophet Dr. Kim to rise. Born in 1967 in the Republic of Korea, Professor Yusuf Kim grew up while witnessing and participating in the transformation of Korean society. He completed his Bachelor of Arts BA and Master of Divinity at the Presbyterian University and Theological Seminary in Seoul, South Korea. He later pursued his Master of Theology with distinction and completed his Doctor of Philosophy from the New College, University of Edinburgh in Scotland in 2002. As a young student, Professor Kim was active in the Ecumenical Youth Council and relentlessly participated in the democratization movement in Korea, opposed the military dictatorship, and was even imprisoned for his active participation in the movement. Ever since, he has continued his deep commitment to contributing to Minjung theology and missiology and addressing people's struggles through the Youth Association of the Presbyterian Church of Korea. After a few years of intense engagement with the National Youth Association, he was appointed the PCK Ecumenical Officer. For Prof. Kim's influence extended beyond his home country and continent. His social justice advocacy and commitment to social, economic, political, and just peace influenced many global, ecumenical, and social justice movements. In 2003, Reverend Dr. Kim embarked on an international mission, serving as the Executive Secretary for the Mission Program at the Council of World Mission in London, UK, a role that allowed him to shape the CWM's mission to strategies. His strong dedication and expertise were recognized, and in 2007, he was invited to work for the World Council of Churches in Geneva, Switzerland. He initially served as a program executive on mission and evangelism, and from 2010 to August 2018, he held the prestigious position of Director of the Commission on World Mission and Evangelism, where he played a pivotal role in shaping the global mission agenda. When he completed his term with the WCC, he received about 18 invitations to serve as a professor at other high-level universities in Korea, the United States of America, and Europe. A testament to his scholarly prowess. As a genuine patriot, Prof. Kim chose rather to serve his own country and church, and accepted an offer to be a professor for mission and ecumenism at PUTS in Seoul, until, on account of his sterling leadership, capabilities, he was invited to provide leadership to the CWM as its General Secretary. In addition, he was also a special advisor to the National Human Rights Commission and a member of the National Unification Advisory Council of Korea.
Throughout his teaching career, Prof. Kim was deeply involved in teaching and academic research. His activities as guest professor of mission studies at the PUTS in Seoul, a research professor at the Faculty of Theology, Stellenbosch University, South Africa, distinguished professor of world Christianity at the Yonsei University in Seoul, South Korea, as well as a visiting fellow at the School of Theology, University of Edinburgh, Scotland, are just but a few of his academic involvements. Prof. Kim is an outstanding authority in the field of missions and ecumenical studies and research. He authored, edited, and co-edited several books. He has reviewed and published numerous articles, reviews, and reports in leading periodicals. He has delivered keynotes on numerous global platforms. For 10 years, he was the chief editor of the International Review of Mission, one of the leading publications in the field of mission studies. He was the chief architect of the WCC's new mission statement, Together Towards Life, Mission and Evangelism in Changing Landscapes, which is a handbook for mission studies. Prof. Kim has been a staunch proponent of social justice, liberation movements, and the anti-colonial and anti-apartheid movement globally. His theological work has not only created dialogical and or pluriversal engagements between countries of the global south and the global north, but has immensely centered Black theology of liberation and mission from the margins to the center as core to the liberation imperatives today and into the future. Prof. Kim continues to display his commitment to empowering marginalized communities and promoting social justice through mission work. He is not only vocal about empowering youth and young adults and women's contributions to the church and society, but also actively involved in mentoring many women and youth and young adults for leadership in the global arena. Considering his immense contributions to global peace, economic and ecological justice, and centering people in the margins through mission and theology, and his efforts in empowering youth and young adults and women in the ecumenical movements, and his efforts in promoting justice and human rights through mission work, the Unisa Council, at its meeting on 14 September 2023, favorably considered conferring Rev. Prof. Dr. Yusuf Kim with the distinct honor of the degree of the Doctor of Philosophy, Honoris Causa, in theology. This honor undoubtedly entrenches the mission, vision, and values of the University of South Africa. Madam Vice-Chancellor, I now have the honor to request you to confer on Yusot Kim the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Theology, honoris causa.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Theology, honoris causa on Yusot Kim. Respect. This one. Thank you. For you, it's okay. Thank you very much. Members of the audience and procession, I heard Professor Kubo and Professor Mashau saying Professor Kim was imprisoned for fighting for justice in his country as a youth and young adult. And many of us have examples of Steve Biko and others who would have gone through similar plight. I hope in our history we can see Professor Kim amongst our own stories of fighting against apartheid. I think he deserves a round of applause. I also heard them saying, colleagues, he did not just fight for freedom and justice in his land of Korea. He is an active participant who's trying to ensure that South Korea and North Korea find peace and reconciliation, and I think that is also an important arena in our society, to have people who still want to unite others in a world where many of us are divided and are forced to divide on account of race, gender, sexuality, and other forms that we use to mark our differences instead of being united. I think that equally is an important lesson for us. Finally, I heard them saying, when he grew and became an important figure in the global arena, working in London, working in Switzerland, in Geneva, working in the many countries of the world where he had influence, he also put South Africa in the agenda, fighting against apartheid, making sure that the efforts to overcoming racism and apartheid and all colonial tentacles in the global south or in the north to be the center of church reflections, but also of government reflections, fighting for global peace with justice. I think that's even a more important point for us to take. So Professor Yusot Kim, he came here already as a reverend, professor, doctor, but now he's having a doctorate from the largest university in the continent, the oldest in South Africa, and we are proud that he has our doctorate. Thank you very much. You have the opportunity to give us your acceptance speech. You're welcome to the podium. Thank you.
Professor Puleng Langkabula, Principal and Vice Chancellor of University of South Africa, Professor M.M. Sapota, Registrar of the University, Professor Jetu Nkosi, Executive Dean of the College of Human Science, Professor Derek Basau, Acting Deputy Executive Dean of the College, Professor M.S. Gattel, the Chair of the Department of Christian Spirituality, Church History, and Missiology, Professor Fundiswa Kobo, and colleagues in the department. Your Excellency, Mr. Dong Han Yang, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to the Republic of South Africa, dear faculties, dear students, particularly Mr. Nkosiati Mabilane, the President of Student Union, and also distinguished guests. I'm deeply honored and truly humbled to accept this honorary doctoral degree from the University of South Africa. It is indeed my privilege to be invited here at the Winnie Mandela Hall to gratefully receive the honorary Doctor of Philosophy from this venerable institution of higher education, as well as an intellectual center of Black liberation movement in South Africa and beyond. On behalf of the global family of Council for World Mission and its moderator, Right Reverend Lydia Neshange, who is with us today, I bring warmest greetings in the name of Lord Jesus Christ. Throughout the last 150 years, Unisa's education has been prophetic and transformative in promoting justice, liberation, human dignity, and democracy in South Africa. Unisa has been a beacon of hope for the African continent in promoting unity towards the collective wisdom and struggle against the challenges the continent has been facing. However, the global landscape is radically changing, especially here in Africa. We live in a time of deep crisis. Environmental damage, economic injustice, military conflict and wars, and social and political polarization threaten our existence, even to the point of destruction of the whole life on the planet Earth. The economic and political social systems are broken, leading to division, inequality, and injustice. We are witnessing that the rich are getting richer, and the dominant and elite groups are creating an atmosphere of fear and insecurity. On the other hand, there are also numerous opportunities. I would like to highlight 3 of them here tonight. First, Africa has the youngest population in the world, with a large proportion under the age of 30. Such a high number of young people is an opportunity for the continent growth, but only if these new generations are fully empowered to realize their best potential. It is also key to achieving Unisa's vision toward the African University, shaping future in the service of humanity. Educational institutions, churches, religious communities, missionary and ecumenical organizations have a great task in helping young people realize their potentials and contribute toward the flourishing of community through higher education. Second, in recent decades, we have witnessed a significant shift of the center of gravity within Christianity toward Africa, that of from that of West. This shift is not merely geographical, but symbolizes a profound spiritual movement that recognizes the vibrancy, resilience, and deep faith of the African people. Africa is emerging as a spiritual powerhouse, and also responsibility that comes with shift is not to be taken lightly. It is a call to embrace our role as a steward of faith that transcends borders and unites us all in common journey toward justice and peace. However, we cannot remain only in the spiritual realm. We should also shift the center of intellectual creativity to Africa, even in modern technology, engineering, science, medicine, bioindustry. Third, Africa has been a leader of liberation movement and theology, a theology that is grounded in the struggle for justice, equality, and liberation of the oppressed. The African context, marked by the history of colonization, oppression, and the fight for independence, has created a unique brand of theology and humanity that resonate with the collective yearning for freedom and dignity. In recent years, I have been making conscious effort to promote Black theology of liberation and marry it with various contextual theologies in Africa and Latin America. We strongly believe that any journey towards justice and peace and life cannot be walked alone. It requires the strength of unity, wisdom of collaboration, and the grace of God's guiding hand. Therefore, as a partner in transformative mission, I will continue to develop solidarity in higher education between South Africa and South Korea, working toward building our society with life-flourishing communities. The African wisdom and Asian wisdom must meet and journey together. The world is yearning for alternative leaders that will reconcile the broken and troubled world. The Unisa, a temple of prophet, has already produced models of the such a leadership. Albert Lutulu, Nelson Mandela, Oliver Tambo, Desmond Tutu, Thabo Mbeki, and many more. We are called to be disciples who are ourselves transforming, and as such, we are privileged to join in the mission of the prophets, working together toward life, living out the values of the kingdom of God, and engaging in mission from the margins. In a world in which injustice and violence seems almost insuperable, where hatred and racism seem to thrive, where the suffering is so widespread and terrifying, our discipleship is costly. As an example, I vividly remember the friendship and comradeship between the former President Thabo Mbeki and the Korean former President Kim Dae-jung. Even across the two continents, during their struggle for freedom and liberation, how South African leader and Korean leader, they collaborated together and developed their friendship. That is a genius model of our political and academic leadership. As I accept this honor with deep humility, I'm conscious that it is not merely a reflection of my individual achievement, but the recognition of collective efforts, all those people who embraced such a costly discipleship and walked this path of liberation all together. Thank you for bestowing me this incredible honor upon me. I look forward to your continued friendship and fruitful exchanges between Korean and South African higher education and the theologians as one family of God. May God bless you, the graduate today, and University of South Africa. Thank you, Amanda.
You may be seated. So if you thought Professor Kubo and Professor Mashau were not giving the full details, I'm certain you've heard with your own ears and your own heart to the message of Reverend Professor Dr. Joseph Kume. Can we give him a round of applause? What I even appreciated in your message, Professor Kume, is reminding us of our history, the history of Korea and South Africa, of our leaders from Asia and Africa, who saw it important to partner together to fighting for justice for the people of Asia and Africa and their voices in the world. I also hear you saying, youth and young adults in Africa, this is your period to shine, to take leadership, and to ensure that this continent speaks as a leader and authority in the global nations or in the global society, and that we don't beg because we have talents, and that we work as partners. And finally, I hear him saying higher education is a beacon, communities, but also institutions for changing the plight of society. So when you graduate, you're not graduating for yourselves, but for your families, your societies, the continent, and the world. Thank you, Professor Joseph Kume. We are truly appreciative as Unisa to be associated with you and the values that you represent. Thank you. Thank you very much, colleagues. I now have the honor to request, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the University of South Africa on the candidates whose names appear in the program. I request the representatives of the colleges to present the candidates to me.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Samuel Apolarina Fabi for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Professor Pierre Machaisa, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled Analyzing the Implementation of Progression Policy in Further Education and Training in Mpumalanga Province, a case study of high schools in Bombela Circuit, he assessed the implementation of progression policy in the FET sector, Mpumalanga Province. He explored views of different stakeholders and positioned progression policy in other countries in comparison to South Africa. Qualitative research was used through open-ended questionnaires for data collection in examining implementation of progression policy in the selected schools. Transformative theory was adopted in the study. The research found that there is a link between implementation and performance of progressed learners. Recommendations are proposed for policymakers, schools, and teachers on the effective implementation of the policy. Furthermore, schools need to be supported and monitored throughout the implementation process.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Samuel Abolarinwa Fabi the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Samuel Abolarinwa Fabi.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidate received the degree Master of Business Leadership. Mampa Vivian Munyel. Ntobeko Benedict Ngezi. Adelaide Lungiswa Shezi. Mukhalapa Pen Muchachi. Dion Turumalai. David Francos van Belgium. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidate received the degree Master of Business Administration. Vuavi Walter Lumadi. Andronika Pilaji Mabuye. Palisa Muate. Petros Jacobos Moula. Happy Ngulele. Hazel Sindiswa Nkomo. Retabile Raisibe Obute. Elhim Akaredia Ukeke. Yakash Ramjawan. Dora Skosana. She's a staff member. Mzwamandle Sithole. Yeah. Sharon Sithole. Sharon Stridham.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelors of Science Honours. Nomsa Longwe, Joshua Nkosinati Numalo, Madam Vice Chancellor, Virani Vidagashi Christian received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Madam Vice Chancellor, Thonapi Brian Ngubeni received the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Technology Honours.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Mukotsi Vermina Meti received the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours. The degree is obtained with distinction. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidate received the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours. Witumelo Mabitsela. Lebohang Trifina Mutobi. Lazarus Sibuye.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the Bachelor of Arts Honours in the College of Human Sciences. Zama Piata. Matlodi Precious Makomane. Mapore Dineo Malashela. Criselda Ngwalisa Mvula. Ndibuo Shane Netsianda. Madam Vice Chancellor, Nontutugo Caritas Madlala received the degree of Bachelor of Information Science Honours.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Amukelani Priti Bilankulu is our staff member. Shante Hobbs. Kolani Wonderboy Mtembu. Tamsanga Nchani. Pietrus Johannes Janse van Rensbeck Oosthuizen. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Administration Honours. Maisela Jonas Chweni. Utsepen Murebudi. Zimasa Simai.
Watch. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences Honours in the College of Accounting Sciences. Mutlalipule Lori Baloi. Sibusiso Innocent Langa.
Madam Vice Chancellor, before I request your permission to confer the degrees, I'd like to talk to the teachers. After graduation, you are going to work in communities, in schools. So now we are going to receive your degrees. So we are going to remain in the hall until all graduates or graduates have received their degrees and diplomas. So that's an instruction as a principal. Because you are teachers. You are teachers. That's the message. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Education Honours. Tabisile Rifilwe Khoza, Khotlelelo Mildred Komana, Ntombifikile Precious Khuzwayo, Tembeka Ntomfuthi Mthembu, Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Education. Cherele Nakita Alberts, Tamarin Alves, Jolina Apane, Litabo Cornelius Baloi, Spesihle Banda, Marilyn Eli, the degree obtained with distinction. Hasikhatle Kisinogile Evelyn Finger. Daniel Adrian Heymans. Thank you. Lucy Gianna. Khaogelo Lorraine Kubu. Thank you. Afternoon. Jolene Kruger. Olisile Lorraine Kumalo. Senzele Tamsanga Bunene. Patricia Lidwaba. Malifu Kate Make. Kineilwe Vanessa Mabasa. Nhlubuko Sylvia Mabasa. Winnie Mabunda. Nokuthula Tlangelani Mabunda. Otilia Machete. Kosia Buitumelo Madito. Ntomfuthi Prudence Maduna. Fiona Rofiwa Mafala. Nkabeleng Mafitwe. Now I'm presenting the three sisters. Malupi Karabo Mahopa. Mamabule Patricia Mahopa. Mama Tsane Caroline Mahopa. They are not twins, they are sisters. I'm told they are sisters. Winnie Adelaide Mahamba. Nandipa Mahashe. Fihliwe Mahlangu. Nonhlanhla Evelyn Mahlangu. Siyabonga Laurel Mahlobokhwane. Khulufelo Malike Makua. Maria Tumelo Malapile. Lebogang Sheldon Maluleke. Khumutso Belinda Mampuru, degree obtained with distinction. Keegan Mans.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brightness Zanele Mapumulo. Molokhadi Matibele Mashiane. Maria Patricia Masilela. Samugelisiwe Sandra Matia. Nkensani Lindiwe Matebula. Vivian Matebula. Mpulai Angie Matseke. Persiginia Tandegile Machele. Violet Dicheni Machikiri. Sindiswe Pechunia Mbata. Look at the camera. Nunkazimulo Regina Mbele. Masha Mbonani. Look at the camera. Maria Mboyane. Dudu Cynthia Mbuli. Sakile Muzika Ubongwa Mgomezulu. Nompilo Nolwanje Mnguni. Karabo Margaret Modise. Kialebucha Sehufatso Mukhorosi. Prudence Tandi Moja. Cindy Mukalapa. Sidi Anna Mashako Mukhetwa. Kotatso Lili Mukwena. Linda Nompumelelo Mukwena. Abigail Lisiho Mulife. Jessica Nkeli Mulele. Koketso Sankwana Monama. Lindy Vinolia Motupi. Ntibalen Mutseta. Lirato Veronica Mpete. Ramatsobane Violet Mpila. Fedose Muhammad, degree obtained with distinction. Gasta Mvula. Mpho Sonia Nemandava. Dimakatso Rebecca Nhlapo. Nonhlanhla Nhlapo. Kama Nivenes. Lungile Nkosi. Malibogo Elsie Pakedi. Mahlaula Londi Pasha. Ntombo Vuyo Phinzi. Jennifer Elizabeth Pata. Phindile Portia Hadebe. Maliswa Ramakatsa. Mihloti Rikotso. Colin Sibula. Faith Andisiwe Sibango. Mthokozisi Nqobile Sibisi. Nothile Sibiya. Sibongile Rifilwe Sikhonde. Tamane Mali Sikhosana. Lina Sithole. Thokozile Princess Soko. Nomfundo Kholiwe Thusini. Ana Phindile Tibane. Helen Mukhadi Shibula. Tibelo Mary Tswaene. Babalwa Patronella William. Hello. Dewen Williamson. Thank you. Queen Itumeleng Mukhashwa. Lorraine Nyalungu. Kiodiretsi Prinda Lukwaye. Winnie Zethu Magadla. Look at the camera. Maditwabane Rikhopeche Emmanuel Mapeto. Neliswa Mtolo. Nontobeko Florence Nkozwana. Tsukulo Solomon Wana. Mulanga Faisal Mapaha. Litabo Sana Sepula.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Baccalaureus Technologiae. Sibusiso Tulani Mazibuko. Makoma Diane Mutui. Cornelius Johannes Peterse. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Administration. Nobupiwa Madibi. Mashudu Gloria Madzibandila. Mamurali Lorraine Molepo. Francisca Nika. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Alicia Gavenda. Gedruida Grobelar. Tshireletso Yolanda Mureki. Tulani Wellington Nkabinde. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Solofelo Maubani. Mabel Baloi. Hannes Kutza. Miehleketo Persta Hlongwane. Zandile Cynthia Khorome. Katlego Lerodi. Sarah Kabunina Mabaso. Ntombo Zuko Madulini. Zuka Vusi Makua. Sepsaile Yvonne Mariri. Ludzani Mabungu. Melisha Michael obtained a degree with distinction. Sabelo Justice Mkwai. Kucho Milton Mulukommi. Mutlagosebatu Mildred Mushodi. Mahlatsi Oscar Mushule. Nomthandazo Patricia Ngobese. Noren Selepe. Hlanganani Stevens Shivambu. Tebogo Chabalala. Khumutso Sheli Totsetsi.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. Tendai Chikuni. Amon Konandi. Jemari Flattery. Joyce Horonga. Alessa Beauty Linda. Mahlokhonolo Maholejo. Mohammed Yassin Mohammed. Tshireletso Molaudzi. Margaret Mushapaitse. Fiona Nekalale. Thuso Nematsatsa.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree Bachelor of Laws. Letlohonolo Simpson Makalela. Songezwa Carol Mkalima. Swongile Perseverance Nkosi. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Wanakwaile Sharon Masemola. Lebo Mati Mutong. Nwako Beverly Mulele. Lerato Philippine Mpatlele. Taeto Ramushu.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Damaris Nukumpiana receives the degree of Bachelor of Science.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Itumeleng Edith Ditsejo. Offense Lydia Muse. Dirk Johannes Steinman. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Information Science. Bonakalisiwe Dlamini. Lirato Makwala. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Nursing Science. Rose Khabaifiwe Muthogo. Mukhayeji Anan Shabeleng. Madam Vice Chancellor Makanelo Mashimila Ngeyane receives the degree with distinction. Lizzie Sikosana. Angela Rosana Swanepoel. Murongwa Geneva Tsebe. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Kero Mamang Atisha Hori. Dinewo Mutseke Mukomane. Macy Zanele Nkolele. Thank you. Thank you so much. Grace Ngobeni.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Madam Vice Chancellor, Merensia Mokhorosi receives the postgraduate diploma in the College of Law.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Accounting Sciences. Ntabiseng Rosina Lekubu. Melia Mabelani. Nosipo Elizabeth Madlala. Khomulemu Salome Madue. Bomkazi Mapoto. Maso Mbuka. Somtolo Temba Terence. What is this here? That's what. Rose Khomoto Matli. Esther Tovawani Munyai. Ntando Inkosi Zbonelo Nyende. Place forward, please. Jirisha Ramnath. Matome Bruce Rafalelo. Kiritle Evans Sime.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received a postgraduate diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Nonqolo Charity Jacobs. Portia Niko Malaji. Shivutiso Sharon Mabasa. Tapelo Mdalana. Mapule Mukezi. Masodi Raheb Mutlake. Chieza Portia Mutezo.
Thank you. Madam Vice Chancellor, thank you. Madam Vice Chancellor, Nhlangwe Salome Malapane receives the postgraduate diploma in the College of Human Sciences.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Education. Godfrey Manganyi, Sipiwe Nelisiwe Mtimunye,
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive postgraduate diploma in the Graduate School of Business Leadership. Megan Kijan Bess Haydenhout. Nhlamulo Brian Sitole.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Isanda Savisa receives the diploma in the College of Human Sciences. Nomalanga Zaukani.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the National Diploma in the Blessed and Mighty College of Science, Engineering and Technology. Lerato Beverly Banda. Mamonare Florence Komane.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Law. Swongile Sarah Dube. Dineo Charity Khasirutwi. Karabo Maria Lamola. Madam Vice Chancellor, our National SRC President Nkosinati Mabilani. It is the College of Law that produces leaders. Alucia Mapule Matlangu. Nobutle Precious Masombuka. Kilabukile Valeria Onika Muipone Moalahi. Palesa Matlodi Mokhatsana. Felicia Saina Moropane. Offense Daniel Musako. Prudence Nolutando Mutau. Kwena Martha Ngwepe. Nombulelo Charlotte Nhlabo. Tembekile Muerel Nkoma. Fundile Precious Nkuta. Khunzi Chaisa Ramasodi. Bonolo Malebo Siebela. Marena Maukopi Sekwati. Lizzie Kiribone Sitei. Ngobole Sikosana. Vusi Sono.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received a diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Uhumuditse Treasure Hlabahwane. Anastasia Violet Lusenga. Rakwena Soli Marupula. Ribaneilwe Mashile. Nelisiwe Talia Masina. Tabiso Stephen Mukwena. Nontutuzelo Mthembu. Rofiwa Edith Mundawu. Khulani Walter Nkuna. Mbongumezi Mvelo Stole. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the national diploma. Martha Bafedi Hlaula. Promise Ndlovu.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the real time for Mkhulukwani, Mididietsani, and real applause for the loved ones who have made us proud with their achievements this evening. I heard that the new generation has not learned how to do Mkhulukwan. I hear them going, yay! So I feel we have to have our lekhutla. Please, ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to be seated? We're going to have a few minutes so that we have our graduations with dignity. We are recording these graduations. You are appearing on the videos of this university. There are over 400,000 people who are watching this graduation. So look beautiful, be beautiful for the benefit of yourself, but also for these important graduations. Thank you. Let me take this opportunity, colleagues, to thank you for being here to celebrate the successes of our students who have made us proud, who are following on a galaxy of strong leaders of this country and the continent that our guest speaker has already spoken about. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Aren't you proud to have walked this hall, the ZK Matthews Hall, representing the journeys that many leaders of our country and continent in the global arena would have traversed? Just on the this is the 85th graduation in this autumn season. 85. When we conclude on Tuesday next week, we will have at least 93 graduations, which would have allowed 40,000 students plus to graduate in this autumn season as students of the University of South Africa. And these students, colleagues, join a galaxy of leaders, as I said earlier on. I did not give you a list, and I was happy that our guest would have actually shared some of the leaders of this country that have been and have walked the journey of this university. So you colleagues who are graduating this evening, let me start with you, our guests of honor, Your Excellency, Reverend Professor Joseph Kim, the recipient of the degree of Theology Honoris Causa. Please, I'd like you to look at page of honorary doctorates. It's 28 or 29? Yes. I'd like you to go to page 27 of our graduation book, and all of you audience members, including you, are graduates, and to go through the pages and to look into the illustrious people that Unisa has associated with because of the contribution they do to society. And this evening, Professor Joseph Kim, you're joining this illustrious recipient of honorary degrees of the University of South Africa because of the great work that you do for humanity. Congratulations to you. I also want to congratulate our one doctor who came in this room as Misty and will be living as doctor. Isn't it nice? Congratulations. But at this point, colleagues, I'd like to ask those who are the first in their families to graduate this evening. Can you stand up, please? If you're the first in your family to graduate, let us give them. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. So, colleagues, we all in this room understand that if you are the first in your family to graduate, you are the one who has represented the dreams by breaking the ceiling, by opening that door that did not open for others, and by hearing the call for education as that which changes lives. And we are proud of you. Congratulations. Please always look at being the agents of change, not just in your families, but in your society. Your own accomplishment is a testament to that. Congratulations. Let me also ask those who received their cum laude distinction to stand up. 1st, colleagues. Thank you. Congratulations, you have done a stellar work. You are inspiring your own peers to aspiring to success. Congratulations. And if you did not get a distinction, don't worry. I think I have a formula now for how to get a distinction. But I'll tell you after I've done something. It's a secret, huh? So let me ask those who are graduating today with diplomas to stand up. If you're graduating with your diploma this evening, stand up. Stand up. You can't be lazy tonight. It's not allowed. You only do it once in many years, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are graduating with diploma, it is precisely because of your dreams of saying, my matric did not define my aspirations and my talent. And I'm going to make sure that I do my diploma in order to get into the full trajectory of the academic project. And I want to remind you, registrations are open for your degrees in the second semester. Congratulations. Congratulations. Let me ask those who are graduating with their degrees, honors, postgraduate diploma to stand up. You're going to stand up. I'm not going to allow, otherwise we take our certificates. Eh? It's the last time we're giving you instructions. Eh? Colleagues, if you're graduating with your degree, we know that many of you, after your degree, you think, oh, I'm in good stead, I don't need to do anything. I want to encourage you to understand that a degree today invites you into pursuing your master's. And as I said to my colleagues who were receiving their diplomas this evening, you don't have a choice. There really is no choice but to pursue your master's degree. This country needs educated teachers who can change the plight of society. And majority of you are in the disciplines that are really needed, not just in South Africa, but in the continent. I also equally urge you to remember that the second semester registration is open. So don't box the money tonight. Save a little bit for registration. Is open. Congratulations. Then let me ask those who are graduating with their master's degrees today, whether it's of leadership, or MBL, or MBA, or the master's degree, please stand up. Let's be fast, colleagues. Let's show that we are excited. Thank you. So, loved ones, and all of you colleagues, you have seen the numbers of diplomas and of degrees, huh? And you see the masters. Eh? This is the penultimate NQF level in the levels, huh? So it means you have to emulate them, pursue this master's, increase this number. And you who are graduating this evening with your master's, look back, hold hand, mentor, and ensure that you share the knowledge you'd have garnered for yourselves. Congratulations to yourself. You may be seated. And wow, our only doctor this evening, please stand up. So, congratulations. You know, we said a doctorate is the apex of the National Qualifications Framework. We're quite proud that you have pursued this, and you look back and you hold hand and you create new knowledge. But we did not tell you the full story. Now you are at a starting point. You were at the apex, but now you're at the starting point. If you look at colleagues in this stage, in the podium, they represent a community of scholars, epistemic communities, the people who, after their doctorates, went and created new knowledge in the laboratories, classrooms, research libraries, in communities. And they've produced work that only them as individuals in our country and in the global arena would have worked on. And we invite you to this journey of creating knowledge, of supervising master's and doctoral and undergraduate studies if you are to contribute to the changes that our world requires. Congratulations. You may be seated. So colleagues, these colleagues who are graduating today, they join an illustrious alumni of this university in diverse sectors and areas. They join statesmen and state leaders who have graduated from this university. If you think about His Excellency, President Nelson Mandela, the first democratic president of this country, he is a graduate of this university. You wouldn't be graduating in these numbers, colleagues, if it was not because of the democratic dividend. Let us be proud of our icons of freedom, of liberation, and let us honor them. So you can't just look and say, Mandela. His Excellency President Thabo Mbeki, the Chancellor of this university, is a graduate of Unisa. And the current President of the Republic of South Africa, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, is also a leader from an alumnus of Unisa. But we don't just produce South African presidents. There are many presidents in the world, including in the global arena. His Excellency President Jean-Bertrand Aristide of the Republic of Haiti, the first Black Republic, which gained independence. Ours is only 30 years. Haiti gained independence 207 years ago after the French Revolution. They fought for the dignity of Black people to be recognized as fully human, and that's a history that Unisa is associated with. I think he deserves a round of applause. But colleagues, if you don't want to be a statesperson and want to be opposition political party leader, unfortunately some did not choose to come with us, but if you think of Dr. Musibudi Mangena, the president of AZAPO, and the Minister of Science and Technology, under whose leadership this country and the university system in South Africa created the first EV car. He's an alumnus of this university. So if you're thinking Elon Musk, please also remember that Musibudi Mangena tried that before Elon Musk. It's very important. I have to make this, and you need to honor your icons. The CIC of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Sello Malema, is also a graduate of this university. And if you think about the Democratic Alliance, its former leader, Maimane, is also a graduate of this university. Finally, colleagues, if you think about King George from the family, you know, the Queen of England, the royal family, he graduated from this university. So we are not just looking at us as a country and a continent, but also elsewhere, including educating royalty to understand the plight of humanity. Finally, in the last, this is not, it's finally in terms of the list, not in terms of the speech. Finally, if you look at the last 7 years in this country, almost 10 of the vice chancellors that are appointed in the higher education system in this country, some of whom were the first in their universities, either as representing varied genders or races or ethnicities, you would understand they would be the first in our country. So if you think about the University of Cape Town, the first vice-chancellor, the first black vice-chancellor and woman vice-chancellor, Dr. Mampele Rampele, is a graduate of this university. Professor Tinyiko Maluleke from the Tshwane University of Technology, Professor Mandla Makanya, our predecessor, Professor Ngambi from university in Zambia, including the last appointee. No, yesterday they appointed Professor Francis Peterson as the Vice Chancellor of University of Pretoria. But before him, Professor S.K. Ndlovu also came from this University of South Africa. I am also a graduate of this university, and I'm appreciative of what this university would have done. The university did not just teach me, but it also gave me the opportunity to be the first woman vice-chancellor after 147 years of its existence. So this is a university of opportunities, a university that forms leaders, a university that's committed to ensuring that all of us build societies and build them for the better. So I encourage you, our students, never to think the sky is the limit. I want to remind you that the sky is no longer the limit. The sky is now the frontier of research. It can be visited. I want to close with a few words to remind you that your alma mater, the University of South Africa, will conclude its 150-year celebration later this year, and throughout the decades, Unisa has proven time and again that it is committed to the fundamental core mandate of teaching, learning, research, and gay scholarship that benefits society. As I've said, I ask many of you to stand up who are the first in your families, who are the first generation graduates, and I'm proud of the successes, and equally my colleagues here who would have contributed to your aspirations. I also want us to remember the words of the first president of this republic, His Excellency President Mandela, who says, "Education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become the head of a mine, that a child of farm workers can become the president of a great nation. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from the other." And with these words, President Mandela echoes and words and wisdom really are important as we mark and celebrate the 30 years of our freedom, as we have just cast our votes in the consolidation of our democracy, as we are reminded never to forget those who fought for this freedom, liberation, the opportunities for us to study, the financing that's being afforded for those who come from families with limited economic means. I'm really appreciative that this evening, the president of the SRC, supported by the secretary of the Student Representative Council, Mr. Lamini, is graduating. I'm proud because he's not just graduating, colleagues. He has been hard at work, generating money to help the students who are poor to find registration opportunities in this university, demonstrating that the leaders we produce in this university must be change agents at a time that they are young and they're given. He has generated with his colleagues at least 2 million from a foundation, the Motsepe Foundation. They've not only done that, colleagues, they've generated over 5 million through the support of Unisa Foundation to help the scholarships of the underprivileged students at Unisa in undergraduate studies and postgraduate studies. Such is the mark of the leaders that we want in this university and in our society. So join him. Make sure others have the opportunities that you have had as the students, because this is a calling that we are appreciative of. In conclusion, as you join, I think you need to give him a round of applause. Some of you, I'm saying this because some of you might not be graduating, and it is through that money that they ask those who are left with one module or fees of 1,000 to 5,000 to be paid for so that they graduate. So I think they deserve a round of applause. And with their message of students must graduate, and with our message as the university that you must succeed, is quite important. Congratulations. Let's join the alumnus of this university, and you colleagues who are graduating, please join the convocation of the university. Be active. Make sure that you contribute to Unisa. Help us understand the students' problems. Also contribute ideas. Don't just complain. We don't listen to complaints only. We also listen to creative ideas around how our university can improve. Congratulations. So now that I've finished and you're happy and you have your degree and you know that nobody is going to take it from you, my colleagues asked me to ask you in 2 minutes 5 critical questions which they think are important, and if we don't do them, they may call me back to sit. So they say I should ask you who are graduating, how many of you have driver's licenses? Thank you. They say if you don't have your driver's license, please go and register for your learner's and driver's license, because to create a job, to be mobile, to be agile, you need somewhat mobility in our context where a license is no longer luxury, but a need. So on Monday, if you don't have it, go start and think about it. They also asked me, how many of you have traveled to all the 9 provinces of South Africa? Look on your right, on your left, and how many of you have been to all the provinces? No, we are not doing this to shame you, it's to encourage you. So you see, there are so few. So they tell me to be a great teacher, to be a great business person, to be a great lawyer, to be a great social worker. You must understand the diversities and the differences or opportunities in our country, and to ensure that you're able to contrast the opportunities available. So please, you can bus it, fly it, pull your car, or even taxi around, and please make sure that you know South Africa. How many of you have passports? So if you don't have a passport, they tell me that a passport allows you the opportunity to widen your horizons. On Monday, Home Affairs is open. Please apply for your passport and start planning for some trip in the continent or outside the continent as a learning opportunity. So let me ask, how many of you have traveled to 1 or 2 African countries in the region or in North, East, West Africa? How many? Look, colleagues. So they tell me that for you to really be competitive as student or graduate of Unisa, you must understand the continent, its challenges, its exigencies, its opportunities, including the youthful dividend that must be empowered to make our continent competitive. So that is equally important. And how many of you have traveled anywhere outside South Africa? Check, colleagues. So they say I should invite you to widen your horizons. And now that you have learned about South Korea and other regions of the world to have your opportunities not just cast in South Africa, but all over the world, because your degree this evening allows you and gives you the opportunity to do so. Congratulations. May I ask you to stand up, to look towards your loved ones, please first. Okay. To look on their side, to demonstrate your gratitude, to thank them, and to show them what you came here to get. Your certificates, not the covers. Can you show them your certificates? Can I hear you ululating for yourselves? You may be seated. At this point, let me ask the loved ones to stand up. It will be less than 1 minute. I know you've been sitting. It's also good for your, for your bodies. Let us stand up, all of us. Yes, yes. Not you, colleagues. Colleagues, the Chancellor of the University of South Africa, His Excellency President Mbeki, the Chair of Council, led by Dr. Diau Musia, and members of Council, many of whom are here and some of whom are watching through the television. The Senate of the University of South Africa, which is the highest decision-making body on academic affairs, the Student Representative Council, the Convocation, and the graduates of this university. They request me, on behalf of colleagues who are here and also those who are not here, to thank you for being here, to reminding you that this university is proud of the time that you have made, because you know that you were there when our students were struggling. Some students lost their parents or loved ones in the journey of studying, and you, the loved ones, journeyed with them. Some did not afford their books or devices, which Unisa requires for them to succeeding, and you were there. Some of you have demonstrated their pride. That's my wife, that's my daughter, that's my sister, that's my cousin. We've heard this. Some came here with wobbly, walk, because they've not walked in high heels, and perhaps it's the first time. This generation is a generation of Converse colleagues. So it was their first time to practice on ZK Matthews Hall how to walk. And you were there to still give them the hope. Our university says we don't take this for granted. We thank you for being partners in making education an asset of our society. Thank you for being here. We are proud of your presence. Thank you. You may be seated. And lastly, I want to thank the academics, professionals, administrative staff of the University of South Africa, because without their talents and commitments, our daughters and sons would not be graduating, our guests would not have been acknowledged, and it is through their commitment that this university will claim its place under the sun, but as one of the top 5 universities in this country. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please ask you to rise? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to rise for the singing of the national anthem, the words of which are to be found on page 25 of the program, and to remain standing after the anthem to enable me to dissolve the congregation. May I also equally request you to remain standing while the academic procession leaves the hall. May I request you to remember that the national anthem of the Republic of South Africa is a call an invitation, a cry, an aspiration for the dreams of our society never to take for granted the freedom, the liberation, the future that we must all co-construct together, even as we attempt to overcoming our own differences. Let us sing with joy, with dignity, and with happiness this national anthem. Aren't you proud? By virtues of the powers entrusted to me as the Principal and Vice-Chancellor of the University of South Africa, I dissolve this congregation of Unisa.